Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Lost Odyssey walkthrough. So let's pick this back up. We are in Tosca, and need to head into, this is Dino's house. Let's see if I don't know if I'm probably not gonna pick the right one, but it's one of these two. Dino family house. Okay, well I guess I did. I don't think this is... Oh, yeah. Alright, so he's talking about going to the Black Cave. It's a place with a high concentration of magic energy, so you can find all sorts of incredibly potent items there. I saw just one such magical trinket there once. I was too busy running from a monster to pick it up, but who knows? It might still be there. Object charged with magic energy lies in the Great Monster Meeting Hall in the Black Cave. Okay. So there's a hint. Now we have to go to Tolte's. Oh boy. Alright. There's a dream here. Here we are. Sure, everyone likes the idea of peace, but I'm sick of the same boring routine day after day. I gotta get out of this village. Not this again. Ah, so good. Okay. Kime recalls a memory that was locked deep within his heart. Dream has been revealed. Alright, let's dream. So long, friend. Even when he is trying to look detached, his true feelings show through. He is timid, cowardly, and gentle. He might try his best to put on a threatening expression, but the smile that comes afterward is indescribably sweet and almost worshipful. This is why Kime is always telling him to forget it. This happens when they are perched on bar stools, or earning a day's pay in the quarry, or walking through the marketplace, or standing on the stone-paved roadway. But why, big brother? Tobal says, with a pout. He always calls Kime big brother, and though Kime has never asked for his companionship, he takes every opportunity to follow him around. He is worshipful in this sense. Please take me with you, big brother Kime, when you leave this town. He begs like a child, even though he is old enough to have a regular job. Sailing over the ocean, crossing continents, traveling anywhere you like. My heart starts pounding when I imagine that kind of freedom, he says, his eyes shining like a child's. I've always wanted to meet a traveler like you, big brother. Take me with you, please. I can't stand this hick town anymore. He would grab Kime's hand and cling to it like a little boy, and often he would look around at the people on the street or at the crowds in the tavern, openly making boyish faces at them to show Kime his disgust. You come from another town, so you know what I'm talking about. The only thing this place has is its history. Sure, it's old, but it's half dead. Look at these people's faces. Not one of them has any spark. All they want is to get through one ordinary day after another without any problems. It's the worst place in the world. If I have to stay cooped up here much longer, I'm going to have moss growing on me. No spark? Kime doesn't see it that way. People here behave with the refinement and mild manner appropriate to a historic city known as the Ancient Capital. They simply have no taste for the kind of ambitions that go with high hopes or danger. Having never set foot outside this place where he was born and raised, Tobal knows nothing about other towns. Kime knows all too much about them. There are those who used to be the left and right banks of a single town separated only by a river, but which now clash in hatred and intense and ongoing war. Towns in the grip of famine, where the residents snatch food from one another. Economically flourishing towns rampant with crime driven by greed. Towns of rotting houses abandoned by their people in search of wealth and prosperity, while, just over the hill, there sparkle boom towns where people celebrate their riches all night long. On his endless journey, Kym has seen towns without number, and he not only thinks to himself but says to Tobal, "This is a good town." But praise is the last thing Tobal wants to hear about his hometown. "You must be joking," he says. "Not at all," says Kym. "This really is a good town. I'm telling you that can't be true. No place is perfect, of course. I'm not talking about perfection. You've only been here 6 months or so. You don't know. I've been stuck in this hick town since the day I was born. You can't know how I feel. I'm bored out of my mind. I'm sick of this place. I can't stand it anymore." Kym is not unaware of what Tobal is trying to tell him. Still, but no. Kym shakes his head and gives Tobal a sour smile. "You know," he says, "there are some people in this world who would give anything to get a taste of what it's like to have enough peaceful days to make you bored. Well, that may be so. I think you were lucky to have been born in a town like this, where the people are so happy. When you sleep in an inn in this town, you don't have to keep your ear cocked all night for threatening sounds in the hallway. Young women can walk the streets at night without a dagger for protection. The children have plenty of plain but nourishing food, and they can play outdoors until the sun goes down. Life on the road teaches you these things. The more towns you see, the more deeply the lesson leaves its mark on you. The kinds of things that Tobal takes for granted are in fact the indispensable keys to happiness." "I'm not so sure, big brother. Isn't happiness making your dreams come true? If all you need to do is go on living in peace and security, what's the point of living at all?" Tobal is not just being perverse and arguing for the sake of arguing. Eyes locked on Kym's, he's asking these questions in all seriousness and sincerity. Kym recognizes that Tobal is an absolutely straightforward fellow, and that, precisely because he has had a comfortable, untroubled upbringing, he has come to feel constrained in the town where he was born. The irony of it calls forth a twinge of pain in Kym's breast. This in turn provokes him to challenge Tobal. "So tell me, what is your dream?" "My dream? That's obvious, isn't it? To get the hell out of this place as soon as possible. And go where?" "Anywhere. Anywhere but here." "And what will you do when you get there?" "I don't know." "What if you end up someplace that's not at all what you were expecting?" "I said I don't know, didn't I? Stop being so hard on me, big brother." "I'm not being hard on you. These are things that you have to think about." "Well, I've had enough. An outsider like you can't possibly know how I feel." Though he stalks away in anger, Tobal will be back in the morning, as worshipful ever of his big brother. He has the simple, carefree personality of a child. Tobal has a wife, the young, still girlish Angela, whom he has known since childhood. Angela carries within her the crystallization of their love. Tobal will soon become a father. Tobal's parents, relatives, and friends shower their blessings upon the young couple, who will soon be young parents. But Tobal says to Kym, "I don't want this." Glowering, he all but spits the words out as the two sit at the far end of the tavern's bar. "Don't want to be a father?" Kym asks, which only increases the bitterness of Tobal's expression. Tobal nods, but as if to negate the answer, he mutters, "No, I'm glad enough to have a kid. How could I not be happy about that? But I don't know. I just don't want this." He can't quite put into words, he says. He cocks his head a few times as if to explain himself, and then he swigs down his liquor. "You don't have a family, do you, big brother?" "No, I don't." "What does it feel like to be all alone in the world?" Kym's only answer is a strained smile. Tobal interprets Kym's expression and silence to suit himself. "You're absolutely free, right?" "Of course you are. No load to bear, no leg irons." "You think that kids are leg irons?" "In a word, yes. To tell the truth, Angela is too, and my parents. When they get old, they'll be another burden. Working every day for Angela and the kid, raising the kid, taking care of my old parents, and my life ends. That's what the birth of a child is. It's like a life sentence. You're stuck." Kym does not nod in agreement with this, neither does he try to argue against it. Tobal interprets this silence too as he sees fit. "I know what you're thinking," he frowns. "Shut up, kid, you don't know what you're talking about." Kym says nothing. Tobal, uncomfortable, looks away. "I'm glad," he says, more to himself than to Kym. "I'm glad to be having a kid with Angela. I'm going to do everything I can for them. It's true, I wouldn't lie to you. You have to believe me, big brother. I really am happy. And I know I'm going to have to work hard. Yes, I know, says Kime. I'm happy, but at the same time, I don't want it. It's not that I'm embarrassed about it or anything. It's just that, I don't know. I want to give up this whole business and run away I want to give up this whole business and run away somewhere, far away. So now the truth comes out, Kime says with a laugh. What do you mean? You just said you want to run away, not travel. This is probably Tobal's true feeling, to which he gives grudging assent. I suppose so. How else can I put it? Kime almost wishes he had been a little tougher on Tobal. How would Tobal answer if he said, for example, you know, Tobal, you started talking about traveling with me around the time Angela's belly started to swell? What would the look on Tobal's face be like if he asked, if a family is leg irons, why did you even propose to Angela? How would Tobal shift his gaze if he confronted him with, you know, Tobal, if you want to get out of this town so badly, you don't have to travel with me. Just take off by yourself. But Kime doesn't have the meanness to ask such questions, nor is he given to meddling in people's private affairs. Instead, he drains his cup of its last few drops and says only, let's get out of here. Even after they have left the tavern, Tobal goes on about the stupidity of living the rest of his life in this town. The broad night sky is clear, the moon is out and perfectly round. I'm asking you again, big brother, when you leave this town, just say the word to me. Wouldn't it be better for you, too, to have a traveling companion? Tobal is starting to go in circles again when Kime interrupts him. Didn't you want to get out of there all by yourself? Traveling with a companion is not exactly a solo trip. No, well, you see, you're right. I'd just go part way with you. You can let me tag along a little while, and then I'll take off on my own. You'd just slow me down. I know that. Traveling is hard, sure. And my life might even be in danger sometimes. I know that. But that's what makes it so thrilling. Risking your life is no game. Look, if I turn out to be a drag on you, you can just leave me behind. That's it. I wouldn't mind that. I mean, look, I'm ready to leave my parents and my wife and kid behind. This is never going to end. Kime nods with a sigh and says, all right. You'll take me with you? Tobal's face lights up. I've been in this town too long, says Kime. It's about time for me to get out there walking with the wind in my face. Yeah, that's it. Walk with the wind in your face. Life on the road. When do we leave? It's getting pretty late in the year. You don't want to be on the road in the winter, do you? Say, how about after the snow in the pass has melted? Kime points to the moon hanging in the night sky. Huh? Tobal seems puzzled as he looks up. The night this moon is perfectly round again after it's waned and waxed, meaning exactly 1 month from tonight. Tobal's face starts to move as if he wants to say something. He probably wants to say, that's too soon. His face betrays a look of hesitation and confusion that was absent when he was engaged in his usual endless chatter. A month from now? That's the middle of winter, big brother. I know that. Won't it be hard getting through the pass? You don't want to go? No, that's not it. If you don't like it, you don't have to come with me. I'm leaving the night of the next full moon. That's all there is to it. Okay then, big brother. I'll go. I'm definitely in. The night of the next full moon, Angela would be having her baby right about then. The month slips by. Toward the beginning, Tobal is excited, and whenever they meet, he reminds Kime, don't forget your promise, big brother. After the waning moon has disappeared from the sky, however, he begins to grow more reserved. The vanished moon reappears in the sky as if it waxes little by little. Tobal stops trailing after Kime. Sometimes he goes so far as to slip away through the crowd when he sees Kime approaching in the marketplace. Kime notices Tobal's change in attitude. It is something he expected to happen and was even counting on. Hands upon her swollen belly, Angela wears a smile of deep serenity as she shops at the market. Not just Tobal, but everyone who encounters that smile of hers must surely come to realize this. The dreams of the young, to be sure, involve doing what you want to do, but that is not the only kind of dream there is. When people grow up, they see that there is another kind of dream, and that is to wish for the smile of the one you love, and who loves you in return, to long for it always and forever. That is another kind of dream that people come to understand when they grow up. The moon is full again. In its perfect roundness, the moon floods the empty stone-paved road with brilliant light. Tubble comes running, out of breath, to the empty room where Kime has completed his preparations for travel. Tubble is carrying nothing. He has not even changed out of his everyday clothing. "Big brother, I'm so sorry," he pants, gasping for breath. He ducks his head repeatedly before Kime in apology. "You changed your mind?" Kime asks, trying not to smile. "No, not at all. I'm going to go. I'm planning to go with you, big brother, only—" "Angela went into labor as the sun was going down," he says. "They called the town's most skilled and experienced midwife, but Tobel still hasn't heard the baby cry. The birth is taking much longer than it should. Angela is giving it everything she's got. My mother and father are praying for all they're worth, so at least until the baby's safely born, I want to stay with Angela. She says it calms her down to hold my hand, so, well, I really can't leave her now." Kime nods to him with full understanding. "So please, big brother, wait just a little longer. As soon as I've seen the baby born, I'll leave home. I swear, I'll definitely go. So just a little longer." Even as he speaks, his feet are stamping impatiently on the ground with his eagerness to rush back home. "I understand," says Kime. "I'll wait until the moon is directly overhead in the night sky. Don't worry, it won't take that long. You'll just have to wait a little while, just a very short while. No hurry. But on the other hand, I want you to promise me one thing." "What's that?" "When the baby is born, I want you to hold it into your arms. Don't come back here until you've held the baby. Understand?" Tubble looks at him with a puzzled expression, but he nods in agreement and says, "Understood. I will do exactly that, big brother. So be sure to wait for me." Tubble charges out of the room with even greater force than when he came in. The sound of his footsteps running on the stone pavement draws away, and when Kime is sure he is gone, a smile slowly spreads across his face. Tubble never comes back. As the moon reaches its zenith and begins to dip towards the west, signs of light appear in the eastern sky. Kime approaches the mountain pass on the edge of town. He will be traveling alone. Heading up to the pass, he walks swiftly as if to shake off the sound of Tobble's voice remaining in his ears. "Big brother Kime, I'm sorry. Big brother, I'm sorry." You can imagine the voice all too clearly, and Tobble bowing his head in abject apology. There is no need for him to hear the actual voice. Long after he has left the town, he will come to see Tobble's worshipful smile in the eye of his mind. Tubble would not have provided much support as a traveling companion, but a journey together would likely have given them both much to laugh about. But never mind, this is just fine, Kime tells himself, and ups his pace even more. He is not the least bit resentful or angry at Tubble for having broken his promise. Quite the contrary, he would like to bless Tubble for having chosen to stay in his native place and protect his home. All the more so because this is a dream that can never come true for Kime himself. A frigid wind tears through the pre-dawn pass, and the cries of a newborn baby could ride on that wind to be heard up here. Kime chuckles at the thought. Will Tobel abandon his dream to live his hometown, or will he start looking for another big brother who will help conceal his fear of going on the road alone? Kime has no way to tell. Best to leave it unresolved. Tobel could not take to the road the night his child was born. The hands with which he held his newborn baby were useless for travel preparations. If only for that reason, he took one step toward becoming a grown-up. "Let's go," Kime mutters to himself as he crosses over the pass. "Look, Angela, he's smiling." The happy smile that Tobel fixes on his baby will be travel companion enough for Kime until he reaches the next town. End. Well, that was cute. All right. Discovered treasure hunt information deep in memory. I like the sound of that. All right. All right. Let's go take a little chat with Tolty. Come to think of it, I heard from the kids that this bird hid something shiny near the entrance of your house. Something shiny could be anything, of course, but I figured it wouldn't hurt to tell you. Okay, so let's take a look here. Where's the... Is there not a... Okay, yeah, it's under treasures. Okay, so the bird's shiny treasure, the Black Cave's mysterious treasure. Let's see here. Oh, excuse me. Oh, and here's Lyram's. Okay, I think that's it for here. All right, let's head out. I'm gonna check my time here. I think I've got a... Yeah, we got a bit left. We're good. All right, where's the... Northern Cape. I have no idea where this... Where's this? Oh, interesting. Oh, this is the area where we see the flashback, I think, right, of Lyram leaping into the water. Looks like oh, I thought that this was a dead end, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Oh yeah, look at this on the map here. All right. All right, what do we have here? Ailment Void. What is that? Looks like a spirit magic spellbook. Increases one party member's ability to evade status ailments. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. Yeah, this looks like the Cape, right? Lyram used to play here all the time. It was her favorite place. You remembered that? No, it was written in the diary. We went to Lyram's favorite spot again today. She must have loved all the flowers that bloom here. Mom was the same way as a grown-up. She always took care of these flowers. Oh? Oh, indeed. Let's see here. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this little hidden guy off here to the side. Lionheart. That sounds fun. Let's take a look at this. Immunity to terror. Makes sense. The name Lionheart. Oh, and what's over here? Cubic music score 4 obtained. Huh, okay. Gongora was here. His magic took Lyram away from us. Gongora. Okay, so this is where he was standing in the... whatever dream flashback. Yeah, flashback, I guess. Okay. 1 second here. I'll check one thing out. Huh. Yeah. Okay. Let's keep rolling. Do I have any... restores HP. HP MP. Yeah, I am out of slot seeds. I was just thinking my couple of mortals, because of the way the slots work, it's tough to justify, you know, putting them on multiple characters right now. Yeah, and it seems weird to me that I think, like, in general, it just feels like right now there's so many of the characters are so much more like magic oriented. I mean, if we just take a look at the characters that we've got right now, like, obviously Kaim is your number 1 physical damage dealer, Seth is number 2, Mac is number 3, but he's way behind the rest, right? Like, Mac is more of a, like, in between caster / you know, physical damage dealer, whereas Jansen, Cook, Ming, and Sarah are all casters. So very, very weird to go so heavy on casters, it seems to me. All right, here we've got our treasure virus. Oh man, that would have been amazing for for doing my leveling when I was in the Numara Atoll. So I assume that must be spirit magic, and that is a tier 4. Yeah, inflicts virus on one enemy. That is an amazing skill, especially for those hell shakers. But you know, that's how we go. Oh, was that it? Yeah, I guess so. Let's head towards the Black Cave. I don't know how much time do we have here. Honestly, we're probably about good to end this one. Yeah, I don't really want to start this the next dungeon quite yet, but yeah, we'll do that in the next video. All right, I am gonna save here, and we're gonna cut it. So as always, hope the guide was helpful, and hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.